Hey everybody, this is Seb de la Web, and Flatsome 3.11 new theme update has been launched today. And I thought it was nice to create a little video showing all the new features that are available in this theme update. So hopefully it gives you a nice quick overview of all the cool stuff that has been included. When you're visiting the theme forest page where you can buy Flatsome, you can have a look at the full changelog as well. And then you can see all the things that has been fixed as well, some tweaks, some developments. But for this screencast, I will show you the new features. I copy pasted this, made a little kind of a PowerPoint presentation, and I sorted the items in a way that I think those are the most important to highlight first. So the most important thing, of course, is that it's compatible now with WooCommerce 4.0. This new update of the e-commerce plugin WooCommerce has been launched last week, and we, of course, from Flatsome team needs to be compatible, and we worked on that, and everything should run smoothly. So we can mark this as checked. And for all you guys running a shop, if you update to WooCommerce 4.0, make sure you also update Flatsome to the latest version. Okay, so now going to the new cool stuff. One of the first things that I also personally requested is that I would always like to have like an option to make the border radius of the columns rounded. So let me show you how this looks and how it works. So this is Seb de la Web, this is my page, and I'm just gonna use this as a reference today to show you the new features. That's good for you to show. It's good for me to show you this. And so there's a way to update the template by downloading the theme files and then manually update your theme. That is possible, of course, especially when you're creating a new web page. But if you already have a WordPress page and Flatsome installed, you can just go to Appearance here on the left, go to Themes, and then I, of course, already updated to 3.11. But once I think it's required to enter the purchase code, but then you will find a link here saying update theme. And that's a quick way to update the Flatsome theme to the latest version. So you need to do this to make use of the new features that I will be showing. So going back to Seb de la Web, I created a little demo page. And this is where I want to show you guys the actually feature to make the border radius of the columns rounded. So let's open up the UX Builder. Here we go. And this is just a section with a row, and inside the row, you can see here on the left, there are 3 columns. And the new feature that has been added, if you click double or you click on options, going to the option settings of the column, you can find the BG radius. And this means that you can give a radius that is added to the BG, so the background. So it won't, well, I will show you. So let me put this at, for example, 20 pixels. And now you can see it's nicely rounded. But if you don't have a background, so I think I set it at the row settings. So if you don't have a background, you don't see anything, of course. So make sure you added a background color to see the actual result of a background radius. So here you can see it's at 20 pixels. And the only thing, unfortunately, at the moment, and this is the first time this BG radius has been included, but it's not available just yet in the general row settings. As you can see in the row, there's some column background and column padding, and here you can find some other stuff that you can globally set some column settings, but for now you need to you need to do this for every column separately. So once you added the BG radius that you like, you just need to copy the options and make sure you paste them just along the other columns to make it work. So as you can see, it looks nice, and it's very nice because in the old days I needed to add this to my CSS file, and with this it's not needed anymore. So, and then we can mark this as checked. So this is the column background radius option. And then there's a way to have a column border option as well. And I think this is pretty cool because sometimes you just want to make like a little thin line or something. And let me show you how this works. So we need to go inside the column settings again. When you scroll a little bit down, here you can find border. So when I just put this at 2 pixels and I make sure it's on top right bottom left. You don't see anything because we need to say it's a solid one because we want to have a solid stroke. You can also go for dashed or dotted, but for now let's go for solid. And then we can set the color to, for example, black. And the thing you're seeing now is because it's having a perfect square, or a perfect square, it's a square now. It's taking the dimensions of the column. But you want probably, if you have the column radius at 20 pixels, you also want to apply the radius here with the same value, so 20 pixels. And then you can see it's working nicely. So let me just copy and paste the options, and this is how it works. So you have now the option to give the background color a border radius, add a border as well, and giving even that border a radius to make it all look very nice, especially when you want to play with the with column layouts and design stuff. So okay, so we can mark this as check. Hopefully it's all clear for you guys, and hopefully in the future you can set this at the row general or the global settings. But anyway, let's get it marked. And then yeah, this is a new feature, button element padding option. So let's add a button. So a button element, here you can see it on the left, button. And for now, let's expand it. That looks very, very nice inside a column. And in the old days, the way to enlarge or make it smaller, you need to go to size, set it to large or extra large or small. But sometimes you just want to go a different route and style it the way you want it to be. So here, this is the new thing. You can add padding. So let's say 20 pixels on top, 20 pixels on the bottom, and I expand it now so you don't really see it. So let's get it back. So I can also set now a right and left. So now you have total flexibility in creating the button you like. And of course, this is not a global setting again, so you need to copy the options and then paste it if you want to apply the same style on different buttons. But hey, this is pretty cool, right, guys? So let's continue, and we can mark this as checked. So then another feature is that we can have an image lightbox caption option. And to be really honest, I don't use that a lot, but I can imagine that sometimes you just want to insert an image and maybe it's displayed very small and you want to have the people. So let's say I'm just gonna get an image here. Here we go. So, and then you could find the lightbox option, and with marking this on, you could even now also say caption on lightbox. So this is the one, put it on, apply and update. So what happens now, let me show you what the result is. When you click on it, there's even, let me get rid of this, there's a little caption here. Maybe you need to do some CSS styling, to enlarge it or make it center aligned, but there's a way to add the caption. So if you're curious where you can find this specific caption, it's attached to the specific image setting. So let me show you this. So here you have the image, and here you can find the caption. So if you want to change that, this is the place where you can change it. So done. Let's mark this as checked as well. So now we also have new payment icon elements for the UX Builder. And this comes in handy when you're making, for example, a custom product layout. But sometimes you just want to display the payment options you're providing as a shop anywhere in your page. I think you need to have a WooCommerce installed to have this feature, but let me show you how this works. So adding an element, and then you search on payment, and there you are, payment option. And one of the new features as well is that there are, I think, 10 or more new payment options are available. Here you can see, so 10 plus new payment icons. I will just mark this as checked as well, so there's just a bunch of new payment icons added. But now you have the option to have this icon element placed anywhere in your website, and you can just play around with the actual icons. You can add a custom icon. You can even link it to for example, a payment page. But this is pretty cool. So done. Let's update, and we can mark this as checked as well. So another feature is that you can now control the image size of a logo element. So I'm using the logo element sometimes to present my partners that I'm working with, or sometimes I'm using the logo element, for example, in a footer or a custom footer. So You can add the logo element here on the left again, searching on logo, clicking on add, and I think it will take Flatsome, yeah, apply. And now you can just play with the actual height, putting at 30 pixel or 40 pixel. You can just play with this specific dimension. Hopefully, if it's requested, we can also make this responsive, but for the moment, you will just set one specific height. So, okay, check. Then we have a new feature, text align to top for different elements. And this, well, let me just show you directly, because there are a few elements inside Flatsome that you can have the overlay or the shade option. And one of them is the image box. Get rid of a few elements, delete, 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 delete. So this is the image box element from the UX builder. And one of the settings, style settings, is shade. And then you have this nice shade on top of this image box. And then in the old days, you could only set the position of the text on the bottom and in the middle. And now you can also put it in on the top. And this you can also do for the, overlay. So, and the shade and the overlay, this style setting, you also have, I think you have for blog posts, portfolio, and a bunch of other things, I think. And then with the overlay and the shade, you now have the option to position the text on the top. So that's clear, I hope, for you guys, so we can mark this as checked. So now we also have the option to style a little bit more the My Account title color. So once you installed WooCommerce, you need to have WooCommerce to get on a My Account page. In the old days, this is how the style of the My Account title bar looked by default by Flatsome. Now you have a few more options. You can quickly go to a customize My Account page to visit that specific setting, but you can also go to Flatsome theme option, WooCommerce, and then you can find My Account. So here it is. So let's open it up. And here you can see you can style the title background. It's even marked as new. Let's make it red. And once it's a dark color, you of course want to make sure that the text color is white. So play around with that. You can center it in the middle on the right side, and you can even add a title background image. So a bunch of new features to style this My Title or My Account title bar. So that's pretty cool. So check. Then Flatsome added tons of new Google fonts. So there's a bunch of new fonts available. One of the cool new fonts that has been added and that I'm using for the demos as well is the DM Sans. So maybe you have seen this, but I'm designing at the moment for Flatsome team these elements. I'm very proud of it, and I'm so happy that you guys as Flatsome users can make use of it, and I get such great response. Thank you for that. But if you take a look at it, I used the DM Sans Google font, but it wasn't available just yet, and it's available now. So it's a very nice sans serif font that you can grab. So just to show you guys where you can find this, going back, there's a style setting here in the Flatsome theme options, style, typography, and then here at the font section, you can even find a bunch of new fonts, but specifically the DM Sans fonts as well. So bunch of new Google fonts. Here we go, marked. Then we have the option to change the regular and the sale price color. So sometimes you just want to give that sale price color, maybe a red or something that just pops out. Let me show you where you can find that as well. Going back, style, colors. And then when you scroll down, here you can find the regular price and the sale price. You can now change the color. Simple as that, but pretty cool if you just want to give that extra that extra styling element to, for example, the sale. Oh, okay, said enough. Marked. Then we have the option to disable the block date badges globally. So by default, let me close this. I think I just, for this demo, created the blog page. Here you can see my Flatsome tutorials, and by default there's a date badge, as you can see. But now you can set it globally to hide it. You can go to Flatsome theme options, style, no, it's block. Here we go. And then I think it's at block layout. No, then it's global. Yeah, the global. And then you can see show date box. And by unchecking this, all the date badges will be gone. So if if you're not blogging that frequently, it's very good. Well, I always like it that you don't see the date, so people are not seeing you're not that active. So that's a way to make it happen. So marked as checked. So then we have the option to disable. Oh, we did this. We have the option to disable the blog, and now we have the blog post layout option row masonry. So this is a new option to add blog posts. So this is an UX builder element. Click on blog post. You can see my blog post, and let me just put this inside the section. Here we go. And then when you click on it, one of the new settings here, style, oh no, type, masonry. And then I think this is the one that is now available. So you can get that brick kind of layout. Maybe it's, I think this is the thing that we updated. I don't think it's the block masonry setting. Let me see if there's a block layout. No, there's no masonry here. So it's really that UX builder element that is now available as a masonry. So we can mark this as checked. Then we have TikTok added to the follow icon. It's getting very popular, especially for the young folks out there, the social video sharing. I don't really think I need to say a lot about that, but just show you, you know what I mean. So for example, you have your contact page, very simple. You open it up in the UX builder. And then I'm using the follow icons a lot when I just want to link to my social. So here you can see follow icons. Most of the times I just make it small. And then, you should, Facebook, Instagram, and now at place 3 already, you have TikTok, and you can just add it in there. That's the TikTok icon. So that's that. Then we have the option to remove jQuery migrate. This is a more technical performance thing, but if you don't use that, even if you're very aware of that specific jQuery function and you don't use it, then there is, I think it's at Flatsome Advanced, and then going to performance. Here you are already, and then you can find the disable jQuery migrate, and it's already saying that the plugin don't require most up-to-date front-end code and plugins don't require the jQuery migrate, so you can disable it, and this is a way to give that little extra speed performance. So that, and then the last one is the featured post image size option. So there is a way. Let me show you. I'm not using that a lot, but maybe you guys are using it. So let me show you. When you customize your blog layout, some people choose to have that featured big blog item. So here you go, blog featured post, and you can have a big featured blog. Almost, yeah, it's a slider, so it's pretty cool. And then you just, now it has been added that you can customize the height of that specific featured post slider. Oh, sorry, no, it's not the height. I think it's the image size. It's also saying new. So you can you can go for the original size, and that really helps when you want to have a crystal. If you uploaded a high-res image, this way you can get the original image from your media library and make sure it looks sharp. I think that's it. So that's about it. I think I run through it very quickly. I hope you guys like it. Please leave your comments, because if this really works for you, maybe I can do this for the other Flatsome big theme updates. If you have any questions as well, I'm You can just respond. Also, follow me on Instagram, Seb de la Web, or even my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Yeah, thank you for watching, and well, good luck creating good, amazing websites. And I hope this helps. Thank you. Have a good evening.